Hello and welcome to my channel. How is it going? I am going to be making a shaker card today, and instead of creating one from scratch, I'll be using a shaker kit from Cat Scrappiness. This is actually a new one, or one of many new ones that have released in the shop just a couple days ago. And if you've never seen me make a shaker card on my channel before, I actually used two pieces of acetate. So all I did was, the kit does provide you with one piece of acetate. It's actually a rather nice one. It's kind of close to my construction weight, definitely thicker than what I'm using here. But the kit does provide you with one. And all I do is I just trace that out onto my own acetate, and that gets me my second one, which is going to be pretty close. It doesn't have to be a perfect match, but a pretty good match to the original. And my shaker kit today is a teapot. And look how intricate that is, especially where the little circle design and the word tea is. I thought I would do a little bit of paper napkin sort of decoupaging. So my sponge brush had just a little bit of Mod Podge. And an easy way to tear your napkin is to just paint a line of water right about to where you want to tear it, and that softens those paper fibers so that you can tear straight, you can tear curved edge. It'll just kind of very easily tear away for you. I'm not going to show you the entire process because I actually did layer up the paper napkin several times, and that's because I just wanted some portions of the design to come through. I also wanted to make sure everything was sealed down nice and neat too. So the process can be as quick or as long as you want to put into it, quite frankly, because this is if you like the way that it looks right now, you can just leave it. But I wanted more contrast. I wanted more of the design to show through. So I just continued to tear bits of my napkin and layer them on section by section, like small piece by small piece, after I had that nice base layer. And for a little bit of contrast, what I did in that center circle area where you see the word tea, I just took one of my mini ink cubes and I just inked right over the paper. And I tried to find a nice dark pink that kind of matched the pattern in my paper napkin. And similarly, I chose a similar color or shade of that really deep magenta color, and I use that as one of my matte layers. My second matte layer is just a white panel that I've embossed just to get some lovely texture. And behind that intricate T, I do want to make sure that's nice and stuck down onto my acetate. So that's why I took my dotty tape runner and ran some dotty adhesive against that. That way, that being such a delicate piece, I didn't want that to accidentally get caught on something and accidentally tear off. My ink isn't completely dry. As you can see, it left a little bit of ink on my paper there. So that's why I decided to switch over to a napkin. So if there is any ink, my napkin will absorb it instead of smearing it around. Now that I have one piece of acetate down, I am going to add my shaker well. So this is pre-cut for you. It comes in the shaker kit. It's very dimensional. So I think the packaging says that it's actually 3 millimeters deep. And so I haven't tried to send one of these through the mail yet, so I don't know if this will be an easy mailer, and I would actually be inclined to go ahead and pay for the extra shipping costs that is, I forget what the extra non-machinable fee is, but basically there's an extra shipping or postage cost if your mail piece can't fit through their sorting machine. That's what they call non-machinable here in the US. And if you do take your piece to the post office, they'll know all of that for you, and they'll determine the price for you. I have a way of kind of weighing and creating my own shipping labels and at home. So that's what I tend to do. But with that non-machinable fee, it's really something that I have to gauge myself. And this is one where I think I would be inclined to add it. So I added an assortment, my own sort of custom mix of shaker bits. So I added, I think it's called the Bride Sequin Mix, the White Diamond Mix, and then one of the new confettis in Rose Gold. So really, really lovely. And I did put my second piece of acetate onto the back here. I do want to mention that the shaker kit instructions do recommend to use a liquid adhesive. I just tend to have better luck using a dry adhesive tape. So that's what I've chosen to do. And off camera, I did apply a double-sided adhesive tape to my foam, the shaker well that comes in the kit, as well as to the borders of both of my acetate pieces. So I just wanted to call that out so that when you buy your kit, if you don't see that double-sided adhesive that I'm peeling off of mine, that's why. It's because I've added that myself just as a personal preference. So you can definitely use whatever adhesive you feel works best for you, whether that's going to be a liquid adhesive or a double-sided dry adhesive. So I like to add a couple of extra bits of foam along the areas where we don't have the shaker well, just so that it's nice and level, so that it's also secured down to the card. And that way it doesn't snag on anything, it doesn't break off or anything like that. And I peeled off all my double-sided adhesive. I did dot on a little bit of liquid adhesive just so that I have, if I need it, I have a little bit of wiggle room to move this around a smidge. And so you can see the benefit of having a completely closed off shaker unit, because that way when you go to position this on your card, for me anyways, I find that infinitely easier than putting the shaker well and bits onto my card base first and then applying the frame on top of that. So just showing you a different way to use your kit. It is an extra piece of acetate that you would need to cut yourself, but for me it's well worth it. I hope that you enjoyed my video today. If you did, please consider liking, commenting, and sharing. And if you haven't already, click that subscribe button and ring the notification bell so that you can get notified whenever I post new videos to my channel. Thanks so much. Until next time, happy crafting and have a fantastic day. Bye.